there's a lot of power in solitude, but you need to do it for the right reasons. You need to be very much in control of your passions. And if you do it for the right reasons, then it can really help you grow and become a better person. But as I mentioned before, you need to be in control of your passions because a lot of times when your passions take hold of you, what ends up happening is that you end up trying to conform the truth to your desires and passions rather than conforming your desires and passions to the truth. And thus, you end up doing scummy things or you end up doing things that hurt either other people or they hurt you. And when you're blinded by your passions, you basically, it leads you down the wrong path. And I mean, content like solitude and contemplation and really thinking about these things, it can be really strong. It's something that's very necessary, but a lot of people don't want to do it because when you're alone with your thoughts, sometimes those things can really burn at you. Like sometimes your guilt can actually go ahead and burn you, or other times maybe you're just thinking like, oh well, everybody else is having a good time and I'm here contemplating. What the heck, man? But the thing is that without solitude and contemplation, you will never be able to improve. You need to improve not just physically and intellectually, but also spiritually and morally to fully grow and to be able to attract the good things. To be able to attract the good, you need to become the good, so to speak. And the thing is that solitude, I was about to say isolation. Isolation is a different thing. But anyways, but solitude is something that's incredibly necessary in that scenario. You need to be able to be alone with yourself and your thoughts and to think and to review and to try to change for the better. But a lot of people can't do that, as I mentioned before. But the thing is that in order to get there, you also need to have a sense of moral, you need to have a moral foundation. I mean, you can't really sacrifice for the good if your beliefs are very much all over the place and you don't really believe that there is a solid morality, because then you're just going to conform things to whatever feels right. It's eudemonism, in other words. And sadly, that's not going to make you a better person. If anything, that probably will end up making you a worse person. And as time goes on and as I get older, I begin to look at this a lot, I begin to look at this a lot differently. Well, I mean, I always saw self-sacrifice and I always saw solitude. Solitude, not so much, but definitely self-sacrifice is a good thing. But solitude, as I get older, I begin to realize how important this is and how necessary this is, because it's one of the only ways to grow. Is you need to spend time thinking about these things. And I really wish that more people would actually know this, because I feel like so many people out there, they can't do it. They can't be alone, and as a result, they're suffering more because of it. That they're rather given to their passions, and their passions will only lead them astray. And it's something that sooner or later they're going to have to realize. There's strength in solitude, but only if you're disciplined enough to make it work for you.